Welcome, everyone, to the Bowl University studio from the International Bowling Campus here in Arlington, Texas. I'm Bart Berger, and I'll be your host for this edition of the Bowl University Profit Break. Thank you for joining us. Our mission here at the university is to enrich people's lives personally and professionally, and the Profit Break is an opportunity for sharing insights on how to grow revenue, reduce costs, enrich yourself, your team, and your business. Now, if you're joining us Profit Break for the first time, welcome. We're glad you're here. Give us 15 minutes, and you'll be well on your way to improving your profitability. Now, today we're joined by one of our own industry's very own, Stefan Cox. Now, I've had the privilege of knowing and working with Stefan over the years, and he is really one of the brightest marketing minds in our industry. While Stefan has extensive knowledge in bowling-based entertainment centers, as the National Marketing Manager for Brunswick Bowling, he was responsible for league development in 90-plus centers throughout North America. Now, currently, Stefan is a general manager at Spare Time, Texas, in Pflugerville, which is a suburb right outside of Austin, Texas. While his center is a full-fledged bowling entertainment center, leagues, in fact, make up an important part of their revenue mix. Stefan, welcome, and thanks for spending some time with us today.
Hey, Bart, great to see you, and thanks for having me. I'm going to enjoy being here.
Yeah, as always. So let's start out at the obvious question. You know, we kind of have, some in our industry have this thought that traditional centers are traditional and entertainment centers are entertainment, and the two should not mix. But you've proven that in your revenue model for your facility, leagues are important. So tell us a little bit to start, why? Why do leagues matter in your business model?
Well, we've taken kind of the thought that that there's a place for both, and for us, the league generation has come, during non-peak times. We all know that the weekends can be busy, but we've taken those Monday through Thursday and carved out a piece to be able to have some league bowlers. And the first thing you think of that's pretty obvious, the generation of revenue from the bowling and the food and beverage that comes with them, but kind of the not so quite tangible is those guests in your building all have, if you think about it, many of them have kids that are looking for birthday parties, or they work somewhere that may need a lunch catered or may need a company event. So there's many different ways that leagues can help fill an important part in an entertainment center.
Yeah, I like that, and I like that you said about segmenting the business. So before we jump into the next topic, so in your current business model, when do you offer the league product, and when do you not offer the league product?
So we'll offer that league. We offer them Monday through Thursday, prime time, 6:30. They run their four-person teams, and we'll finish up between 8:30 and 9, which still gives us time for that late night business. And then obviously anything during the day, during the week, from a senior program to youth programs.
Yeah, I love that. And then I'm assuming that, your weekends, say, after Thursday from Friday until Sunday evening is kind of where you have that peak revenue and why you enjoy the league guest and want them to participate. I'm not going to come to your center and bowl on a Friday night in league, am I?
No, not after 5 o'clock on a Friday. It would be pretty difficult to get a lane.
But I like it. I like the fact that a successful business like yours, a successful brand like yours, has segmented and has the ability to take care of both. Now, look, a league guest and an entertainment guest, very different to manage. Can you give us a little bit about some of the differences? How do you manage that league guest versus the entertainment guest?
No, great question, and there are some challenges. The first thing for us starts with training of our staff and understanding those differences between the two. A lot of times in an entertainment center, we're focused on finding staff that are friendly to guests, and we want that whether they're league bowlers or just walk-in guests. But there is some training that goes along with understanding the needs of a league bowler, and that starting practice on time is important, and making sure that approaches are cleaned. In our case, we condition lanes, before leagues every night that we have league. That's our daily routine, instead of doing them in the morning. So, we cater to both. Our leagues are kind of that co-ed softball recreational type league, so there's not quite as big a disparity between the league guest and the entertainment guest, but it's friendly competition, and it all starts with training to make sure that your staff can understand and answer the questions that the league bowler has. At the same time, turn around on the weekends and be able to have fun with a walk-in guest and be able to find out if somebody's celebrating a birthday.
Yeah, I like that, Stefan. And I love what you said about that you still take that league experience, condition the lanes, treat that just like you would if you were in a traditional 32, 40-lane center that you and I grew up in and spent some time in together. So you can segment that. So I heard you mention the term off-peak revenue. So just for our viewers, give us your definition. When you talk about off-peak revenue, what are you speaking to?
We're talking about driving revenue at day parts other than that, Friday night through Sunday night, right? Those day parts take care of themselves, but we're looking, and have a need to drive some revenue during slower day parts. We're going to be open anyway in most cases. I sure wouldn't advocate, opening, if you're not. But if you're going to be open anyway, we need to generate revenue. So the lights are on, you've got staff in the building. So, generating that off-peak revenue during times that you're already open really just helps profitability.
So I think in your model, you're thinking about that like in almost like a restaurant, right? That, that peak time on the weekends versus the non-peak, just a little different verbiage. We would call that in the day kind of prime time and non-prime time.
Correct, very much.
Awesome. So what are some examples? So if we want to talk about what are some types of non-peak revenue that you're focused on generating, and that'll give folks a little bit of a sampling of some of the things you're going to share with us when you visit with us at Bowl Expo this June.
Sure. The one we've already talked about, club and league bowling, make up a good chunk of our off-peak revenue. But in general, what you're looking for are recurring events, groups of people that have something in common, that can just come out, week after week, and maybe it's every other week or once a month, whatever that frequency is, and just kind of drive traffic to your center. Clubs and leagues we talked about, trivia, is another popular one, karaoke. Many different things that you could do, but just groups of people that have something in common that will bring them together, at a time that the center needs business.
Yeah. Now, you and I have both heard this saying a lot in a previous life, facts are friendly, so, we need the facts. Is there data that really supports the focus of this? It's one thing to think about it, talk about it, but, what does the data say about the supporting this generating of non-peak revenue?
Sure. No, there actually is. Both the USBC, the United States Bowling Congress, and GoBowling.com have done some research. And without, going too deep and boring everybody that's watching today, what that data suggests is that, there are times that people are looking to go bowling that aren't the weekends, right? Obviously, if you ask people, there's going to be a good chunk that want to go on the weekend, but there's enough people out there that will bowl during these off-peak times. And the other interesting thing was that they're not all looking for a discount. They're not looking for the dollar bowling that you used to have back in the day. They're willing to pay. So, it can be a lucrative thing to drive some business to a Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Good. So I know some of our viewers are leaning in. They say, okay, Stefan, you got me. I'm convinced. What are the first steps? How do I get started in generating non-peak revenue?
Sure. So, you kind of want to come up with a game plan, right? It can be pretty overwhelming to look at different day parts and pick one. So my recommendation would be to select, one or two day parts that you'd like to focus on. And from there, look at where that target market might come from. If one of the day parts I selected was a Monday afternoon, maybe I'm looking at putting together a senior bowling program. So I'm going to reach out to senior communities. If I'm looking for Sunday night, late night, maybe I'm looking for a young adult crowd, somebody from the hospitality industry like we're in. So, am I going to reach out to local restaurants and bars and try to come up with a hospitality night, something like that. But I would take it in pieces, and just kind of pick that 1 or 2 day parts and figure out where I'm going to go attract people that would come visit my center on those days.
Good insight. So are there any specific programs that you might recommend, or at least give us a little overview with until we gather together in Vegas?
You bet. So, the great thing about our industry is it's a friendly industry, and people are always willing to share. So there's plenty of tried and true ideas out there. I kind of touched on a couple there, maybe a senior program, for a daytime, or are you looking maybe mid-afternoon after school? You could target, kids through schools or things like that. But there's plenty out there. The BPAA has marketing materials available that range from youth to family to young adults, and there's plenty of people out there that are willing to help and share ideas in the industry.
Yeah, it is. We are very fortunate to be part of an industry just sharing. I'm always amazed that people that come from outside the industry don't understand how folks share ideas, and really all boats do benefit from a rising tide. So speaking of that, we got time for one more question today, Stefan. I want to leave the viewers with something they can go back and start thinking about, research more, or maybe put even to practice. So I know you had an incredible 2021. So what was your most successful non-peak kind of league or club casual program that you had? I know you're a humble guy, you don't like to brag, but what's the number one thing that we should go back and get started on tomorrow?
Well, for us, one of the things that we brought back in 2021 that was successful in the past were our free youth bowling lessons. So use the Learn the Sport program to offer a 4-week free youth bowling. The more you can teach kids about bowling, the more excited you can get them to be, the more, you can watch them improve week after week, the more they are going to be encouraged to keep them bowling. So we did that, and we chose a Friday afternoon at noon and targeted homeschool bowlers with this 4-week, come out for 4 weeks for free, have fun. We had coaches here that helped coach the kids, so they saw improvement every week. The parents saw the coaches on the lane. And at the end of the day, after the 4 weeks of free lessons, we promoted a little 8-week bowling program where they came, they bowled a couple of games. We threw in a game card for the game room so we could get kids in the game room, because mom or dad are always going to have to add more money to that game card. And ended up, having 40 kids for 8 weeks on a Friday afternoon at noon.
Yeah, Stefan, candidly, I had forgotten about how successful you'd been last summer. You brought a tear to the corner of my eye here, putting in a little plug for the USA Bowl and Learn the Sport. Didn't know you were going to bring that up, but glad you did. And I know you've got a lot of other successful things you're going to be sharing with the folks if they come see you in Las Vegas this June. So, as always, great to see you again, my friend.
Hey, I enjoyed being here. Hope to see people in Vegas.
Awesome. Be a great use of their time. So, folks, remember, if you'd like to learn even more about league development, Stefan will be one of our featured speakers at Bowl Expo in Las Vegas this June. Stefan's 90-minute learning lab, League Development, the Key to Non-Peak Revenue, will be taking place on Tuesday, June 28th at 4:15 p.m., and I can assure you, you are not going to want to miss it. So as we wrap up another edition of the Bowl University Profit Break, remember that when your focus is on growing people, people will grow your business. We look forward to seeing you next time for another great episode. If you have any questions about today's show or would like additional information, you can reach us anytime at education@bpaa.com. Also, you and your team can watch any of our previous episodes 24/7 by visiting bowlinuniversity.net. The Profit Break is now available when you want it, and we have episodes premiering every month. Until then, I'm Bart Berger, and remember, do for one what you wish you could do for everyone. We'll see you next time.